Alrighty, camera's rolling. Hopefully I'm loud enough here. On my way home, it's daylight. Well, kind of. This time of the year, it's kind of dark and gloomy. And my wrist is vibrating. I got a new episode 4. I gotta say the date. Episode 4, and today is what? I think the 22nd. I believe that's right. Of December. I think that's right. 22nd, 23rd, somewhere in there. Anyhow, Rambler episode 4 coming at ya. We are going to discuss efficiency. What does that even mean? What does it mean to be efficient? That's a good question. Kind of goes with episode 1, 2, and 3. We talked about the trade. We talked about currency and money. And just know that is, everything is linked, like literally everything. And actually, that's speeding up. We're living in an exponential. That's what we're living in right now. I know a lot of people, they can't even wrap their brain around it. Hell, I can't even wrap my brain around it. To be efficient. Well, I would suppose some people are efficient and other people, I don't know, maybe they think they're efficient, but maybe they're not. If you're utilizing technology to your advantage, you might be considered to be efficient. That being said, companies all around the world, if they don't implement technology faster, robots, AI, whatever, if they don't implement that faster, their business eventually is going to fail. Because I can tell you this, the money's eventually going to fail. All currencies throughout all history have eventually failed. And they do that through debasing it, essentially. Back in the day, they used to clip coins. We just pass this along, they won't see it. And eventually, the empires fall. And I think the West is in decline, and it has been for quite a while. So that being said, we're going to go back to efficient. One man's efficiency is another man's clunky, slow. I don't even know what you describe it as. Not efficient. We'll just say it like that. You've got to use technology. So as we progress with every facet of life, I'm gonna muddle through YouTube, and I'm gonna muddle through TikTok and Rumble, Library, maybe a few others, and just see what is possible. So it's just kind of a learning curve for me. Incidentally, I'm not one of those real smart techie guys. I'm not certainly not an engineer. I'm just a guy driving in his old car with a high-vis t-shirt on. Efficiency. Are you getting up early and getting after your day? Or are you staying in bed and pissing it away? I don't know, maybe that's what you want to do. You want to sit in bed all day long? Or lie in bed, sit in bed, whatever. I don't know. You tell me. Throw some comments in. I'd love to hear it. I would love to engage. It'd be awesome. Kind of like that one fellow who was talking about, wanting to know about quantitative measuring and metrics. Because it goes right with being efficient too. Numbers don't lie, people do. I've got this real good friend of mine. He's so fucking smart. Like, he is smart. And he says, Rod, he said, they can make data look however they want. And I thought about that. It took me a while to figure out what he was saying. But he's absolutely correct. You can make data look however you want. That being said, there's There's different lenses with which to view the world through. Sorry, my glasses are steaming up. You can look through a lens of micro, you can look through a lens of macro. Micro meaning small, macro meaning very large. So he told me, he says, look, he goes, depending upon how it's designed and configured and written on paper, and what does the person that's creating the graph want his or her audiences to see? What do they want them to see? Do they want them to see truth? Do they want them to see fiction? Do they want them to see the graph up, the graph down, sideways? What are they trying to show? What are they trying to prove? But I'm here to tell you that volatility, which is all the ups and the downs, is, I used to be scared of volatility, and now I embrace it. I rather enjoy volatility. For one, when you have just a few extra dollars, you can, the objective is not to lose them, but you can speculate from time to time. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. According to this guy by the name of Doug Casey, another total badass, by the way. Look him up. Look him up, and if you dare, try to study him. He says, it's getting harder and harder. And I would absolutely concur with that statement. Now, I'm not even close to this guy's, to Doug's, his ability to communicate. I mean, he's an author, speaker, podcaster. He's on Twitter. I mean, this guy's great. Just a fantastic human being. But others wouldn't view him as such. But those are the people that don't even look in their own backyard. They don't even understand that they're wasting the day. We're wasting the day. We have technology to make us so much more efficient. What you got to ask yourself, are you on TikTok looking at stupid cat videos? I don't know. I'm on TikTok to figure out who got the most views and why did I click on that? Yep. There are those times where you're on it because you want to check out the hot chick or the hot dude. I get it. But you ought to use those platforms, whether it's China or America or whoever the hell created it. The word is China. I don't know if that's true or not, but I frankly don't care. The ones and the zeros will find you. Okay? They're going to find you. They're going to find you, me, and everybody else. And I'm only here for 100 years or less? And in my case, probably substantially less. So, the ones and the zeros are going to find you. Use the platforms to study yourself. When you make an error, you fix it, and you make it better. Make today better than yesterday. Or at least try. So, going back to being efficient, you got to ask yourself, what am I doing today? Am I doing it for me or am I doing it for somebody else? Again, everything's a trade. Everything in life is a trade. So, when you enter a conversation, are you liking it? Are you digging it? Does it excite you? Or are you thinking in the back of your mind, God, this conversation sucks. I don't want to be here. I just don't want to be here. And when I was growing up, I'd listen to different music. And I'd try to figure out, like, oh my goodness, they said, the lyrics in that, it was just so dirty. My goodness, can't believe she said that. I grew up in the 80s and my mom sure as hell didn't want me listening to Madonna. Oh shit, that's so funny. Whatever. But then you realize that all those people back in the day, 70s, 80s, 90s, and even today, a lot of those musicians speak their truth. They speak their truth. And if you listen to the music that they create in their late teens, early 20s, as soon as they get to about their 30s, everything flip-flops and changes. It's because they're growing up. They're growing up. So, being efficient. What does it mean? How can we capture it? And I would like to think that I'm speaking about a personal level. I'm speaking about, I don't know, if you own a company level, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a businessman, if you're a manager, a supervisor, of course you want your people to be efficient, right? All right, well, let me say this about that. At at some point, the man who's working his ass off is going to be like, hey, we either need to hire more technology or I'm out of here. I'm gone. And I'll say this about being efficient. You know, the people who are more efficient get more things done. If you have a plan and a system in place to get things executed, why not? Let's get her done. I'm going to take it back to this friend of mine who would always say, get her done, get her done, get her done. You're not here for a long time, you're here for a good time. That's right. He's absolutely right. But in a world that they're just taking your value, they're taking your life, the people who recognize that are able to mitigate losses. And I don't care how rich you are, you're always trying to mitigate your losses. And Kiyosaki said it again. He said, there's two kinds of problems, too much money and not enough money. And all those guys in between are paying for both sides. So, I don't know, I guess recognize that and mitigate your losses and be efficient and try to make every day a better day. Even if it's doom and gloom like it is right now. Mercy. I do want to get my passports and maybe try, I don't know, I'd kind of like to check out Costa Rica. I would like to check that out. Might jump on an airplane and do that one of these days. I would like to do that. I'm going to leave you with this, I think. It's extremely important to know what value is, how it's being taken from you, and how it's, I don't know, may or may not be given to you. So, it's taken me a long time to figure it out, but when you give to the world gives back. When you understand you're in a system of manipulation, understand that and try to do your best, but it's a flawed system, folks. It is a flawed system. I could take it another direction, but I don't have enough time, so I'm probably going to shut this down shortly. We need to utilize the technology. Businesses everywhere around the world are going to have to get rid of people faster and faster and employ the technology faster and faster. I mean, they got to get rid of us and they got to hire the computers or the robots or the AI or whatever. But when you can have code that writes code, what's the cost of a calculator these days? It's next to nothing or free. So guess what? The entrepreneurs, they don't make calculators anymore. It's all on everybody's phones. It's a line of code. So, again, I'll take it back to Jeff Booth. Fantastic human being. He's busy doing podcasts on airplanes at 35,000 feet in the air. Awesome. And he talks about it. Google it. Jeff Booth. Google it. 35,000 foot podcast. I don't even remember the name of it. You just let your gadgets do the work. Let your gadgets be efficient for you. Anyhow, efficiency. If there is a tool or a device that's going to save you time, you better get it. Washers, dryers, dishwashers, microwaves, anything to speed it up. Entrepreneurs solve the problem and they fill the need. Right? Exactly. So, employ the technology, put it to work. Make your today better than yesterday. Even if the day is gloomy like it is right now. It's pretty gloomy out. But it is almost Christmas. So, I don't know. I think we're going to shut her down. I can go into more efficiencies or the absence of, but running out of road here. So, we're going to shut her down for episode 4. Hopefully she turns out all right. I would encourage people to realize, are you here to have a productive day, or are you here to piss the day away? And just know that your money, your currency, it's not money, it's currency. Just know that you're being stolen from every day. So maybe get out of that mindset. Get out of that got to work for somebody. I got to work for somebody. Work for yourself. Right? Work for yourself. All right. Episode 4. Y'all have a great day. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all that stuff. And we'll see you after the fact. Peace.